let me say this again. I want to reword this right so people don't really chop this part. Because, people do that. People can chop your interviews and put a caption and then put a portion of your interview which will force you to say something that you didn't even say. Like, for example, if I say, the dicks are whack, but I can be talking about, like, Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Because there's a sporting goods store, it's called Dick's. But if the caption says, hey, Daylyt said dicks are whack because he tasted 20 of them, then people will say, well, Daylyt said dicks are whack, right? So let me word this right so people can't take this out of context. We live in a headline-based world. Like, if it's no headline with red, it look like breaking news headline, and people, right? So, I want you to think about this. Find me one black person that got in position without the help of somebody Jewish or somebody not black. Show me one group of black niggas that got in the game all by themselves. Not none. Now, also, tell me one black group that was talking about what need to be spoke about that got in the game and got some form of investments from, the non-black people. No. Let me reword this question. Because y'all gonna name artists that got in position from another black artist, but that artist that put that artist in position got in position from a Jewish person or a white person. So before you start, before you start naming people, I want you to think about it. Who got in the game by themselves without the assistance? When I say assistance, I mean from the magazine companies to the MTVs to the radio stations to all that shit that's controlled by them motherfuckers. Who did it without them? Who did it without radio? Who did it without a major label? I want to know. You niggas just retarded. You niggas are retarded. Hey man, I thought my fans were smart. You niggas is retarded. I actually thought I convinced myself into believing I had a smartphone. Wait, you niggas must be here from the 6ix9ine blog yesterday. This can't be my. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's 6:40 something. My fans ain't up yet. They get up at around 7 or 8. Yeah, this must be them 6ix9ine niggas came in here from yesterday. You niggas retarded. Anywho, all right. So now here is the kicker of all of this. Name one non-black investor that invested in a rapper that was saying the right shit. Name one. Name one conscious rapper or a rapper that was saying things that need to be said. And when I say saying things that need to be said, I don't mean like we need to unify and all get along and march. I'm talking about, my nigga, we need to get these niggas up out of our country. Name one rapper that got in position for saying the things that needed to be said. I'm not saying the things that want to be said. I'm talking about the things that needed to be said. And the truth is, niggas need to get up out of here. It's the truth. Niggas need to get up out of here. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a valuable thing. Right? I'm going to tell y'all a valuable thing. A super valuable thing. A rapper that was saying the things that needed to be said on a grand scale And they actually unified a bunch of people to get him out the way. You want to know who? You want to know who is the biggest and best rapper that was in a position that they didn't want him to be in the position, but he got in the position and they took him out of the position? No, I'm talking about rapper. I'm going to tell you. Cannabis. No, Cannabis. Cannabis was the first rapper on the internet ever. He's the first rapper sending songs via internet. Cannabis. Cannabis was the first rapper telling niggas exactly what's happening inside this simulation, inside this matrix, inside of this all this wild shit. Cannabis. Fourth dimensions and astral projection and physics and all this. Cannabis. Cannabis. Now, I see a troll page that say he destroyed himself. Let me break something down to you. Let me break something down to you. He didn't destroy himself. He didn't destroy himself, stupid. There's deliberate plots to break people like that. The same way the army will break you, they use LL, they use Eminem, they use all type of niggas to get Cannabis up out of here. You know what's crazy? Somebody said Cannabis couldn't make a good album. I actually went back and listened to Cannabis albums. He didn't make radio hits, or he didn't make friendly shit, or he didn't make a stupid ass song like Eminem, My Name Is Killing Yourself and Hanging Yourself from a Bunk. So when people said Can couldn't make a good album, it's that he didn't make a stupid album. He didn't make an album that didn't make sense. And that's what people wanted at the time, because they were already shifting our consciousness from black people knowing to black people rapping about absolutely nothing. They were already shifting the consciousness already. They had all plans. So like you get people like LL, you get people like, you know, the people that come in and they have big records. Shouts out to LL being one of the hip hop pioneers. Shouts out to LL for being an amazing hip hop pioneer. But it comes a point in time where a nigga had to look in his mirror and go, damn, I was a fucking distraction. And I'm at the point, I don't really care how no nigga feel about it. Ain't no nigga gonna do nothing. It comes a point in time where a nigga have to understand, damn, I was a fucking distraction. Like, I seen the post the other day where LL said, I'm responsible for this in hip hop. And in my mind, you know the fans was backing it. Yo, this is amazing. Shouts out to LL the King. And in my mind, I'm like, that's what you happy? You happy to claim that you did that? You know, people out here dying and all type of shit, but that's your claim of fame? Okay, cool. Right? That's your claim of fame. All right, cool. So be it. Suit yourself. But moral of the story is, right? Moral of the story is you got niggas like, yo, niggas, you got rappers right now saying they fighting over who made Air Force Ones cool. Right? You got niggas actually fighting over who made Air Force. This is y'all claim of fame. This is what everybody's claim of fame is. So I want you to think about it from this perspective. Don't get me wrong. Listen, before y'all take anything out of context, LL is a legend. Listen, before y'all take anything out of context, LL is a legend at what he did and how he did it. Okay? Before you take anything out of context, I don't want nobody to take anything out of context. LL is a legend at what he did and how he did it. Right? Without a doubt. And everybody else is a legend at what they did. But what I'm saying, I want you to name one artist that got put in position for saying some shit that Marcus Garvey would have said. I want you to tell me one artist that got put in position for saying some shit Malcolm X would have said. Or saying Tupac was the closest thing we had to a Malcolm X. Then we had, Mos Def. Look what happened with Mos Def. Mos Def was actually almost there. He almost made it to a point to where he got big enough to where he could have really shifted the consciousness. Right? Now listen. Mos Def got to a point to where he could have shifted the consciousness. You know what they did? Get your Joshua and Ben Washman ass up out of the United States. Nope. You think you about to shift this shit? Get your bitch ass up out of here. They got my boy Joshua and Ben Washman up out of here. Just when he was about to do it, right? When he almost got close. Now look, this is the cold part about my boy Joshua Ben Washman. As soon as my boy Joshua Ben Washman, as soon as he almost got close, they deported him up out of America. Now this is the fucked up part about it. Let me tell you the whole fucked up part about all of this. How you deport somebody out of a country that you don't even belong in? That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. That's the real crazy part. Like how could you even put somebody out of a place where you technically don't belong? That's the wild part. So that's stuff you gotta ask yourself. Get out of here. DMX actually had the ability to change the whole world too. They did a deliberate plot to get Jay-Z up out of here. I mean, not Jay-Z, DMX. They did a deliberate plot to get DMX out of here, man. They started doing all type of shit with him. And it's crazy that y'all don't even see it. Lupe, Lauryn Hill, the list goes on. Come on, open the damn door. I mean, yeah, man, of course, DMX had demons inside. That nigga was barking like a dog. Nigga, you didn't see it? Hey, tell Marty it's money right here. What's up? Alright, I'm about to shoot the video. I'll be back, okay?
Okay.
Alright, tell your mom it's money right here. Yeah. What?
Never mind. Don't remember. When are you gonna come back?
You gotta pee?
When are you gonna come back?
I'm not sure yet. What's wrong?
You scared me.
Oh, alright, hug her. Alright, see you in a minute. Just don't forget to tell your mom it's money right here.
Okay.
Alright. My fault. Got some business I gotta do today. I had to drop off a bag to Shody. You feel me? But yeah. So like I was saying, right? There is a large amount of people that play ghosts behind the scenes that make sure they invest into people that have all intentions to destroy it. And I've noticed, right, all of us as artists and as MCs, we were all at one point lost mentally because we were just trying to play the game, and we've been programmed as children. We've been programmed as children the same way I see it now. Like, I'm going to use my man Sirius as an example. I don't know if y'all was watching the Daylyt quarantine tour, but I'm going to use my man Sirius as an example. We as little kids, we've been all programmed to think that this is what it is. This is what you have to do to get in position, and you have to do this to get in position in order to make money. And if you can make money, you can feed your family in a better way. You can buy a house, which is absolutely pointless to buy a big house, but you can buy a fancy car that goes 400 miles per hour, but you technically can't drive 400 miles per hour because the speed limit is a speed limit. So you can like waste your money on these fictitious goals and imaginary goals that was set out by those who also seek to destroy you. So they want you to chuck and jive for the money. Then when you chuck and jive for the money, you can buy something that they created, which is technically still pointless. And then the money technically goes right back to them because you're going to buy it from them. Anyway, so when you really put it into that perspective, right? When you really put it in that whole overall perspective. Oh my God, it's raining. Fuck. When you really put it into this whole overall perspective, there is a deliberate plot to pick specific individual artists, right? So I want to take an artist like Rowdy Rich, right? Rowdy Rich is an amazing artist. When I say amazing, he is amazing. Like, actually, I'm going to say something that y'all don't know. Since I've been on my extreme spiritual journey in my stream, like when I say extreme, I mean extreme. Like most niggas went down the rabbit hole. Like I went to the rabbit house, like to his actual house, and I was inside the house. I spent the week there. Fuck the rabbit hole. Like I was with the rabbit, literally walking to the store. Like, hey rabbit, man, you want something to drink? Shit, I'm about to get to Arizona some hot Cheetos. Like, yeah, bring me back a Snicker. So when I say I went deep down the rabbit hole, I went all the way to no return. Like, there's no return for me. Alright. So, on my long spiritual journey, I came back with a lot of skills that regular people don't have. And one of the skills is really being connected to people who are gods. There's many levels of gods, and people don't really know this. You can't really... Back in the days, you had the Buddhas and the Krishnas and all them niggas. There's many levels of gods, and there's many levels of like magical people. Like, look at life like World of Warcraft. There's different type of animals and people and power. You got trolls, you got hobbits, you got motherfucking spellcasters. There's all type. This shit's real in real life. It's actually here, right? So you got different type of people that walk this earth, and people have different abilities. Now, I want you to look at Rowdy Rich. I want you to just look at him. Don't think about the music. Don't think about nothing he's ever done. I want you to just look at him. You could tell off the gate something special about it. You see the glow in the nigga eyes? Just look at him. I want you to just, no, fuck the music, fuck all that. Just look at him. You could tell something is extremely special about the nigga. He looked like a fairy. You ever look at his eyes and go, yo, something about his eyes, like he got like a glaze to the motherfucker. No, listen, dog. Y'all finna take this as a joke like I'm trolling or something. Look at the nigga. He look magical. This is actual facts, my nigga. Look at his eyes. Look at his ears, my nigga. He look like something from Lord of the Rings. This is actual facts, my nigga. This is not a joke. Y'all laughing. This is not a joke. It is 100% serious. The nigga don't look like a regular human. At all. When you hear his voice, dog, it's something else, my nigga. It's almost in the frequency. It's in the frequency that resonates with all. Now listen. When you hear Rowdy Rich voice, it is in the frequency that resonates with a lot of people, bro. It's almost like when you hear like a unicorn or some shit. Like it's like a pitch that regular people can't do. It's magical, my nigga. The nigga really magical, bro. So when you think about it, when you think about this, I told my friend this, and I said, what if Rowdy Rich content was different, right? So when you think about the top 4 Rowdy Rich songs, the content in all the songs is identical. Came up from the bottom, got it out the mud. I was hustling. I made it out the trap. You know, that. The content is all the same. Which he gave us one line that is kind of amazing. And that one line is, nigga, somebody put some stacks on Zimmerman head. I'm about to put some stacks on Zimmerman head. That was one line that was amazing. And when he said that, he said one line that nobody has ever said, not a single person in the entire hip-hop industry. In the middle of smoking dope, smoking weed, niggas selling dope, nigga robbing niggas, shooting niggas, and getting it out the mud, randomly he throws one line, just one line. Put some stacks on Zimmerman head on a big single. At that moment, I was like, oh, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are, and I know exactly what you are. I know exactly what you are. Right? Same thing with Kodak Black. Now, Kodak Black is not in jail because, listen to me. I want y'all to really understand this. Kodak Black is not in jail because he's a wild kid and because he's violent and because he breaks the law. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. There is no law. Listen out. Hear me out when I tell y'all this. There is no law. The people who made the law broke the law. It ain't no law. There's no law. You can't tell me I'm not supposed to do this when you're not supposed to be here. I'm gonna keep implementing that inside this live. You can't tell me I'm not supposed to do nothing when you're not supposed to be here. Is theft a crime? How was theft a crime when America was stolen? Is murder a crime? How can murder be a crime when you murdered damn near an entire race of people to be here? This is what I'm trying to tell you. So there is no law, right? There's no law. There is no fucking law. So Kodak Black is not in jail because he's breaking the law. He's in jail because he understands this world and he had all intentions to shift the consciousness of this world. I'm a big Kodak Black fan. I'm a big Kodak Black fan. And when I say I'm a big Kodak Black fan, I'm a Kodak Black fan from a whole nother perspective than y'all. I've been watching Kodak Black since he was a little nigga. And I'm going to say this again. I've been watching Kodak Black since he was a little nigga. And as a little nigga, he was always on some wake the world up type shit. I had a battle in Florida. When I was in Florida, they put me on Kodak Black. I think Kodak Black was like 13 or 14 or some shit. When he was a rapper. Like not the Kodak Black, the hit maker. Kodak Black, like the lyricist, right? He was always on some this what people need to do type of shit, yada, 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 boom, 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 bam, 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 bam. Over the years, I was like, oh, damn, the industry got my boy Kodak, fuck. Still here, we good. I watched the cinematic and how the video worked. When I seen how the video worked, I said, oh yeah, my boy's still here. We good to go. All right, wham. Kodak Black was always talking about like third eye shit and all type of shit inside these big records. It's always talking about the right shit inside these big records. And you'll understand why he's in jail as much as he's in jail. Right? Same thing with X. You know, X had a lot of back and forth, but you know, he had the whole youth in his palms. R.I.P. X. So it's like it's a lot of things that's happening as far as when you go on a spiritual path to speaking about certain things. Right? When you go on a spiritual path of talking about certain things. Now I want y'all to tell, my career is a walking prime example of how this industry works. It's a walking prime example. I'm going to break this down to y'all again for the new people that's not listening. A lot of people may know me because of the wild shit. But a lot of people don't know I dropped I Am Spawn. I dropped Letter to Obama. I dropped motherfucking Black Mormons. I dropped all these records. I dropped Two Mics. Daylyt Two Mics. I dropped all these records back in the MySpace days. Or back then. I dropped a lot of these big records back then. And nobody knew. So when I started doing the shenanigans and when I started doing the antics, all of that was a way to see if what I was thinking was true. What I was thinking is all the sites, every major site, all the super sites, every site, every major accomplishment of growth from MTV News to motherfucking to the magazine companies to all of everything, to Complex Mag, to everybody. When I was up and coming, I was trying to get my music to these websites. I was trying to get my music to these headlines. I was trying to get into these sites. They never replied. Never. I took a shit on stage. I was on every major site. I took a shit on stage. I was on every major site. Everyone. Every major site posted that up. They won't post the music. They won't post none of the music of me rapping about the things that matter. But they'll post this. Okay. So after I took a shit on stage, I had another rap battle event. And my rap battle was me and Oops. So me and Oops is going viral. Literally, World Star is going internet viral. The clips is reaching millions of views on people's pages. It's going viral. The battle is a real heartfelt battle that can shift the energy while watching the battle. If you never watched it, go watch Daylyt versus Oops rap battle. I go to Complex Magazine. Remind you, Complex Magazine just posted rapper Daylyt takes a shit on stage. They just posted that. I go to Complex Magazine. I get Complex. You know, can y'all post this up? They tell me this is not the type of content that they're interested in posting. Oh. So, I started realizing the companies will support you as long as you make a fool of yourself, they'll support you. The moment you start trying to say the right things and do the right things and speak on the right things, the industry will spit you all the way out because it's not designed for you to say the right things. It's designed for you to fucking make metaphors about the right things. But this is the thing. They have used so many artists to dumb down the general population that the general population don't even understand metaphors no more at all. They don't understand double entendres. So now some of the smart rappers gotta disguise what they want to say just to get the message out, and 9 times out of 10 the receiver not even gonna grasp it because niggas have been dumbed down so much that they can't even grasp double entendres at all. Like, right? So long as you are in a position to really go down a rabbit hole, they're not really going to support from that perspective. Then here's another tactic. I mean, here's another problem in the industry. So you have other house niggas. When I say house niggas, I mean niggas who've been paid off by the people. You have other house niggas that'll make sure you don't get to where you need to get to. When in all actuality, the rap game should have been, hey, I got in the house, my nigga, I'm gonna get whoever else I can in the house. That should have been the ultimate goal of the rap game. But not only, let's get in the house and destroy it. So let's get in the house and build our own house. Or let's get in the house and learn how these niggas work and learn our enemies and really build our own house. Not only build our own house, let's build our own army to destroy their house because both of us can't live side by side. It doesn't work like that. Like an antelope the antelope's not gonna live right by the lions. Like it just don't work like that. Like it's just the laws of nature. So you got other rappers in the industry that'll make sure other rappers don't get to where they need to get to. And that, when I started seeing that happen, when I started seeing certain rappers blackball other rappers, I started to go, damn. Alright. That's how this shit work? So that rapper said this, and you don't mess with that rapper, so you gonna tell this other rapper and these other companies don't fuck with him because you didn't like... Wait, what? Let me tell you how this rap game shit work. This shit's so fucked up. You could take a picture with the wrong nigga. You could take a picture with the wrong nigga, and somebody else who don't like that nigga will make sure you don't get to where you get to. Look. Rap game like this. It's like this. How do I find out? I'm one of the few niggas in this rap game that mingle with everybody. I fuck with everybody. I don't have a specific group of people that I'm entitled to. So I fuck with everybody. And when I hear the back and forths of, oh, I don't like this nigga because of this. Oh, man, why you take a picture with that nigga? Oh, you fuck with them? Oh, shit, I don't know if you could come over here. I'll be like, wait, what is really? You joking, right? Like, I done got calls, right? Like a nigga like, yo, Daylyt, I fuck with you. And I'm like, yeah, I fuck with you too, bro. He's like, yo, we gonna be in the lab today. And I'll be like, all right, cool. So I go pull up to the lab. We working, we taking pictures, we doing all type of shit. I posted shit to my Instagram. I have other people hit me like, hey, they like, you fuck with them? I be like, yeah, why? And they be like, oh, okay. So then I be like, I don't be knowing. So then, you know, when time come around, I hit a nigga on some shit like, hey, what's good, bro? How you been? Nigga be like, shit, just coolin'. I be like, yo, can I pull up? You feel me? And nigga be like, yeah, but, you know, I don't know, my nigga, like, you might be fucking with the other. Wait, what?